Who unveils its first digital health worker?
So
what is this shit? It's part of a global initiative. Damn, she's low-key fine for a
if I'm actually thinking you're acting different, manic, spitting sounds of manic depressant.
Madonna is trending. Why is Madonna trending? Levitating remix featuring legends Missy and Madonna. Dua Lipa announces official. Dua Lipa has a remix with Missy and Madonna. That's dope. This is gonna be a bop, I'm sure. It's gonna be a bop. Madonna's been making bops for years. Missy's been making bops for years. Dua Lipa makes bops. This is gonna be a bop. That's gonna be a song. It's gonna be a good song. I promise that. I can guarantee you. All right, let's go to news here. Let's see what's popping in news. Third phase of the world's biggest COVID-19 vaccine study has been confirmed. That's good. Hey, that's progress. You know what I mean? That is progress. That's good. What happens if Donald Trump refuses to accept the election results? This is problematic. They've been having this conversation for 4 years now. And let me be clear about something. This is not a hot take. There was mad racist white people when all of this kind of first started who were alluding to if Donald Trump didn't win the second term, that they were going to start a race war. So be ready for that. You know what I mean? Because those motherfuckers come out with guns because they don't want to wear a mask. So go figure. They won't wear a face mask, but they'll happily sell you one. What is this about? Don Cape won't wear a mask. He doesn't think they actually stopped the spread of the virus, and he's pretty sure mask mandates are a communistic move by the government, but you're in the market. He does have, oh yeah, well, capitalism at its best. It's just never a surprise that when you see a guy like this who doesn't want to wear a mask, he's a Trump supporter. You know what I mean? It's just 1-to-1. 1-to-1, 90% of the time. Which doesn't make sense. It can't be 1-to-1, 90% of the time. That's statistics. They won't wear masks. Yeah, I saw that companies are fleeing Argentina. It's not just because of the coronavirus. Let's see why they're fleeing Argentina. Faces a mounting exodus of multinationals that have concluded that doing business in Latin America's third largest economy is just too complicated and unprofitable, even disregarding the pandemic. A lot of words there. Lost over 20,000 private. I didn't even know that they had that many private sector employees in Argentina. I didn't know Argentina's economy was that big, honestly. Hassle to operate. I wonder what is making it a hassle. Are capital controls that eat up his profits because they force him to convert payments from clients abroad into pesos at the official exchange rate, now 72 pesos to the dollar. They don't sustain operations, so it's too expensive. I don't know. I don't know. This is not enough for me to care about. I didn't know that was a thing, but more things that are destabilizing South America. America is the best at destabilizing South America, so I'm surprised they're not involved in this somehow. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out they are involved in this somehow. Cat becomes first animal to test positive. Look at this. Now we're fucking up cats and dogs. I bet they'll start wearing masks if dogs start catching it. I promise you that. They will. People will wear masks once they find out dogs can get it. Gotta protect Topher. Or whatever your dog's name is. Yeah, we saw that Target joins Walmart. Again, fuck out of here. Legend Olivia de Havillan, I don't know if I pronounced that right, I said it in Spanish, has died at age 104. Rest in peace. Reports 1,000 coronavirus deaths in just 6 days. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's just depressing and people think that everything is a lie, and I don't give a fuck. Who unveils its first digital health worker? What is this shit? It's part of a global initiative. Damn, she's low-key fine for a robot. Yeah, good looking. Okay, so what's the point of this? Human judgment actually makes our digital people more approachable and potentially more helpful. That's terrifying. I don't think I like this. This scares me a little bit. We're excited to introduce. This is not going to happen here because we've opted out. We don't want the WHO to do shit for us because we're stupid assholes. So don't you worry, guys. This update is not coming to our iPhones. Don't you worry. What else we got here? How the U.S. compares with the world's worst coronavirus hotspot. Let me guess. It's worse than that, I'm sure. India bans 47 Chinese apps. Yo, TikTok, listen, if you're using TikTok, bro, it's a Chinese app, and the amount of data they're collecting on us using TikTok. And listen, I'm not with the uh 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 what's the word I'm trying to think of? I'm sorry. It's not a metal hat. The tinfoil. I'm sorry, tinfoil conspiracies. I'm not with it. But there's been mad studies on the amount of data that TikTok is collecting. Listen, any app on your phone is collecting data. Any app is collecting data on your phone. Facebook, Instagram, all of them collect data. TikTok is a Chinese-based app, and they're collecting a significant amount of data, an incredibly large amount of data in both size and in both size in terms of gigabytes, like per person, or megabytes per person, and also in terms of depth of user. So you should be careful with TikTok, or you shouldn't use that shit at all. All them weird TikTok videos, you're going to see them in heaven when China takes over. Vietnam to evacuate 80,000 people from Da Nang after first local COVID-19 cases are recorded in almost 100 days. Look at this shit. Look at this. This is what you call killing an ant with a hammer. Get 80,000 people out of this bitch because this one person got it. And meanwhile, here we are, bitching about wearing a mask. U.S. consulate in Chengdu, China closes amid ongoing tensions between both countries. Yeah, well, fucking China. Lady Red Couture, co-host of YouTube series Hey Queen, passes away. Wow. I think I've come across this before. She's a drag queen, co-host of the viral YouTube series. Wow, how did she die? That's a shame. Rest in peace to her. I think I've come across her before in YouTube. That's a shame. That's a shame. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. And if you're transphobic, you can get the fuck out of my face. Suck a dick. Suck a dick. No pun intended here. But suck a dick if you're transphobic. Fuck out of here. Yeah, it claims that. Yeah, this is exhausting. This is so exhausting. Claims that mail-in voting will lead to widespread voter fraud. Claims have been unsubstantiated. They have been unsubstantiated for 4 years. Literally for the last 4 years, people have been like, "There's no such thing as this." So every time Trump said it, there's no proof of that, just at all. Voting, we live we are one of the only countries in the world that has open elections, but make it impossible to vote. We make it as difficult as possible to vote. Voting shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard. Don't matter. I don't care if you have a felony. Guess what? I don't give a fuck if you're a felon. I don't care if you're a felon. Let's think about this. Let's think about this logically real quick for stupid motherfuckers out there. Let's say you're a felon. All right, let's think of a felony. Let's think of a couple felonies. You could be a felon for having too much weed on you. Well, weed is now legal. So do you think that felons who got caught with weed are now voting for people who are going to make weed legal because they think it's going to take away their felony charge? Or because now that weed is legal, they're allowed to sell it legally? Is that what you think is happening? Okay, so that's one. Two, let's look at other felons. Murderers. Do you think if a murderer was a felon that they're voting for the candidate that's gonna let them murder more? You know what I mean? Okay, let's say that they're voting for less stringent policing and prisons. Guess what? Non-murderers want that. Okay, so let's take that away. Let's say rapists. Do you think rapists are voting for? Well, fuck rapists. That's a different breed of disgust. You could kill somebody and be a stand-up person. There's people who've done that. Rapists are not stand-up people. Let's take away the votes from rapists. I'm cool with that. Child molesters, I'm cool with that. Yeah, but other than that, if you're a felon drug dealer, you should be allowed to vote. I don't care. I'm here. I don't care if that's a hot take to you. If it's a hot take to you, you just don't think. Because most people have committed felonies in their life and just never got caught for it. I'm just going to be clear. A lot of people have committed felonies in your life and you ain't get caught for it. Some of you motherfuckers out there been driving drunk. You just lucky that you didn't catch a body that night. You didn't get into an accident. Didn't even have to be your fault. So keep that same energy, you stupid motherfuckers. I'm cursing a lot today. I'm feeling good right now. Let's see here. Seattle protesters support. Yo, this shit right here. This is fucking crazy. if you haven't been paying attention, there have been that's inside the report. I estimate a crowd of 2,000. They just torched construction buildings at the site of a new youth detention center. Wow, let's go here, man. I'm with that. I'm with that, man. Fuck that building. Smoke is coming out the window. About to evacuate. Yeah. What's happening in Portland is terrifying. There are unmarked, seem like government, like state troopers. No, not state as in staties, but state like as in deep, not, I don't want to say deep state either, but like deployed by the government state, that are just picking up protesters and taking them unknown places. You know what I mean? Just locking them up for no reason. And they're in unmarked cars. They're just showing up, and it's fucking crazy. That's why these protests are happening. If you haven't been paying attention, it's a scene out of a movie right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's Orwellian as fuck. 1984 out this bitch. It's crazy. It's a terrifying time. Let me tell you. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, we saw that. All right, what we went through sports already. I don't think there's anything else trending in sports that we need to cover. Tom Thibodeau, 5-year deal with the Knicks. He's just ready to run the Knicks into the ground. He's ready to play RJ Barrett 42 minutes a game. So get ready for that. You're gonna see a lot of RJ out there, a lot of Frankie Nicotine. Frankie Smokes, they're going to be playing 40-minute games. Yeah, I don't care about sports right now. Let's go to fun. What we got in fun here? When lightning strikes. Yo, this is crazy. I saw this video. Look at this shit. There's been nothing more metaphorical that's happened in this country than this. The only way that this would be more metaphorical is if it actually hit the Statue of Liberty and burned into it the shape of a flag under a burning cross. That would be the most metaphorical thing you could do here. Is if you could make this any more metaphorical, it'd be that.
Won't catch me slipping if I'm actually thinking. You're acting different. Manic spitting sounds of manic depressing. Going through